YouTube, what's up? Thought I'd jump back on here and share some photos I took last week. Haven't been as busy as normal with the camera. There's a lot of things going on, graduations and such, and so forth. So, anyway, I went out last week, um, and it was a clear day, no chemtrails. A lot of these photos you're going to see. There's a lot of cottonwoods in the air from the poplars. So, don't confuse those with the X object. And the X object is, of course, still out there on the horizon, rising at approximately 7:30 Central Time, or thereabout. So here's photo one. Here's the sun up here, obviously, and right here we have the X object just above the horizon. So yeah, it's still there. As I said, rises about the same time as it did 2 months back when I was photographing it. So 7:30 Central is when you want to be looking for it. You're not going to see that with the naked eye, and you're probably not going to catch it with a video camera. I do recommend a decent 35 millimeter still camera that shoots at a minimum of 12 megapixels. So let me just rifle through these real quick. Here is the far out view on this one. So here's the horizon, here's the sun, and we have some kind of a cluster of multiple objects right here rising on the horizon. Yeah, this whole lens here was at 55 to 200 millimeter zoom. And let me just keep going through here. So there we go again, right below the sun. Depending on what filter I use, the sun might appear quite a bit larger than it actually is, just because of some of the lighting effects. What I did see in most of these photos is we have multiple objects out there. We have what appears to be a cluster of 3 objects. Here we go again with a green filter, and right below the sun, a little tad bit north of the sun, but mostly south. And have a potential another object over there. There it is again on the horizon. Zoom out. Same look, different filter. Let's see what's this gonna. Yeah. And no, not a lens flare. I don't know if it comes through on YouTube very well, but you can actually see surface features on some of these pictures. You have it's not fully circular as you would expect from a lens flare. It has different gradations of gray and, again, surface features. So, and it's always found in the same place at the same time. Now this one's interesting. So you have the object here. This is just probably like a 200-foot radio tower or transmission tower of some type. So you got that, and you got that, and that, which kind of makes a convenient triangle. And there also appears within the range of the triangle, you have a different shade of sorts. There's a different, it's a different color. So these 3 objects are apparently somehow connected, because this whole area within the triangle is a brighter shade. Anyway, moving along. So we got this, now it's below here. So you got 1, 2, and then this guy behind the pole. That could be a cottonwood. And again, see all these little white specks are the cottonwoods flying through the air. X object right there. Potentially a flare, I don't know, only because we do have 3 objects out there. Again, it's not perfectly round, so it doesn't look like a flare to me. And the one south of the sun, definitely not. We go here. It's pretty faint. It's right down in there. And again, same place. Just keep moving through these. Different filter. Comes out a little bit better there. So we got that. Now, seem to have something up here. Other different filter here. Zoom out a bit. Same spot. And then we have this here. It's like a some kind of a, almost looks like a nebula or some type of cloud. It doesn't appear to be solid, although it's really difficult to tell. So we got that, and then potentially that there. It's pretty much same place here. Moving right along. Down there is very faint. See if I can bring up the exposure. So very consistent. Actually, I used a different camera. It was a little bit after the fact. That is 7:30 is prime time for photographing this. It was a little bit later, but I still had some results. I might try to load that. If you look really close at this guy, now I don't know if it comes through on YouTube, but on my native machine here, you almost get an eye, a nose, and a mouth. I mean, this thing, this X object has many different looks to it. I have a number of catalog photographs now, and it does seem to morph into some pretty interesting configurations. Different filter. And again, you have a lot of irregularity here. Irregularity that you'd not find in a lens flare. Lens flares are, usually perfectly round or perfectly oval. This thing is anything but. You got this jetting out here. You got 3 protrusions there. You almost have a kind of a electric atmosphere effect. And there she is below the sun. Bring up the exposure a little bit. I mean, there's a lot you could do to have that pop out. I'm not going to do it live here because it takes a little bit of work to change the colors and so forth. But she's there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the air as far as cottonwoods and so forth. So it wasn't totally crystal clear enough to shoot. There it is again. Blue filter. A little bit off to the right now. There she is again. Again, some other type of anomaly here. You zoom in and see if I see any more detail. Yeah, you get some gray areas in there. And unfortunately, this was only 200 millimeters, so it would have been nice to get it on the 400. But with the 400, you need to know exactly where you're shooting, which, it's been such a while since I've been out. I wasn't sure where to look or where to find it. But interestingly enough, It does appear to still be rising at 7:30. A different look, kind of areas there, and then flat around there. Just above the horizon. Horizon's right down here at the bottom of the frame. I'm going to take a pause here and load up the 400 millimeter view, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just a few shots with the 400 millimeter lens. So you can see the sun up here, but I was getting quite a large object here, and I couldn't tell if it was solid or not. Go back. You can see it kind of comes out right here. Couldn't quite make what it was. Again, I don't know if that's a cloud. When I say cloud, I don't mean natural cloud. Let me go on to the next one. So this is a pretty good view here. This is really the one I wanted to show you. We got 1, 2, and then whether this larger object is solid or not, I'm not sure. Everything else is cottonwood, but I want to draw your attention to, it's a little too much here. Let me go into develop, zoom out. So obviously we got our sun up here, we got this guy here, we got that guy here, and then this larger piece right there. So no matter how you look at it, pretty sizable objects. And then here's the black and white, different filter. So you got an object up here, and then you know this, whether it's solid or not, I do not know. Go through a few more of these. Yep. So that's about it, guys. I'll wrap it up here. I just wanted to share that with you again. If you want to go out and photograph this, I'd recommend you use a still camera. All these shots are on a tripod, minimum 12 megapixels. And if you have something like Lightroom, it's a big help just to help filter out different colors and bring up the contrast and so forth and so on. Anyway, they're still out there. It's still there. Zero doubt in my mind that we got something on the western horizon. I'll try next outing. I'll try to get some more photos with the 400 millimeter lens and see what that produces for us. All right. Until then, over and out, guys. Bye.